Hey everyone, Rick at Healing Field Farm. This is day 28 of our 100-day homestead challenge. Last night I did get the brush cutter out and I cleaned up this area here. I still got to go back through. There's still a little bit of growth in here that I got to get, but all these piles I raked up after I cut it down. A lot of thorns. It was not really a pleasant experience. That stuff went flying everywhere. And then I did cut down there where I talked about where we want to put the sunflowers, and in front of the greenhouse where all that little tree growth was growing up. So we got that all mowed down. And then let's take a look at how the chickens did overnight. I know they did good. We already fed them this morning. They're not brave enough to venture out yet. They hang out by the door a lot to the coop, but they just kind of look and don't know what to think of it yet. But they are doing good. You can see they're all huddled in there. But they're nice and warm. It's about 45 out right now. Could reach up to 70 today, so it'll be nice out. I may throw a little grain down for them, see if I can't coerce them out of the coop and out into their run for a little while. And then so today I got to get up here, and I'm just gonna put some foam in those couple gaps. I was kind of worried because I've had flocks of chickens killed by weasels before, and that's about the perfect size for a weasel to get in, or a mink. And it's a mess when they do that. They'll just kill every single one of them just for fun, pretty much. But yeah, I just got to fill these little seams up in there, and then I'll sleep better. I was a little nervous leaving them out last night, but you know, they're fine. They made it the night, and I'll get that taken care of today. But we'll take a little walk out into the woods here, and the other project we'll be working on today, as I had mentioned the other day when I built the pig pens, that we had a lot of trees come down out back. When we had that big storm a couple weeks ago with those 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it was quite crazy, and I'm really a little dumbfounded with how many trees came down out back here, and they weren't down before. And mostly what's back here, I got a few birch, not many, and it's mostly just pine and spruce and a little bit of cedar. So you know, that tree came right out, which you can tell by the bottom here, it was ready to come down anyways. It was all rotted. But you know, all these trees laying down, that all came down from this last storm we had, and quite a bit. So I'm going to try to clean some of this up today and get it cleaned up, and then I'll use those logs for the pig pen, and I'll put them around the barrier just to keep them from rooting. But yeah, it's quite crazy. I mean, even a couple trees over there just came right down, and yeah, I really can't believe how many trees came down. So the other thing is, guys, normally I mention this at the end of the video, I'm mentioning this now. Sarah Sundays, starting this Sunday, Sarah's going to start posting videos on how to make things like soaps and lotions, laundry detergent, salves, ointments, stuff like that. So she's going to post those every Sunday, and we're not going to share those on social media sites because we already do spam them quite a bit, and I don't want to aggravate the moderators. So we will not be sharing those to Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. So please subscribe if you want to catch those. You know, she makes some really cool stuff. She's very knowledgeable, and we use a lot of this stuff on a daily basis. So if you guys want to learn how to make that kind of stuff, like I said, please just subscribe. Make sure that you're notified when the video pops up, and we'll try to get that loaded early Sunday morning, and then we'll still do our regular 100-day homestead challenge video. So we want to everybody to see those that can. So, and then other than that, I'm really just going to putter around today. So I'm going to clean up the brush piles and probably hit that area where the old barn was again with the brush cutter, and I'll take care of those gaps on the chicken coop, and then I'll get those logs out of the woods and we'll get them around the perimeter here, and then I won't worry about the pigs trying to get out. So I don't think they'll be able to anyways, but I don't like taking chances. So strawberry plants are doing good that we put in yesterday. Sarah's going to pick up a couple more today, and I think she's also going to pick up some fruit trees. So if she does get some, that'll probably be tomorrow's video of us putting in the first fruit trees here on the homestead. And then we're going to start planting our seeds here really quick in the next couple days. We want to get them going. I think we'll start them in the house because the overnight temperatures are still in the 30s, and I'm not really confident that the greenhouse down here will keep the heat overnight. I mean, it's pretty toasty in here right now. It's nice and warm, but I do need to get in here with a mower and trim this grass, and I'll probably get some wood chips put in. But it is a beautiful day out, so I'm going to get a lot done and just poke around. I'm not going to film it. You guys don't want to see me lug wheelbarrows of brush back and forth and all that. So, but I'll show you that progress tomorrow. So, and then, you know, the other thing I want to talk about is, you know, we kind of live in a scary world at the moment, and you know, with this whole virus thing, and I know everybody's tired of hearing about it, but we got a call from my son's school yesterday, and they told me some, you know, things that were kind of hard to hear about what my son was doing, and they asked us to come get him. And so Sarah went down and picked him up. I thought maybe he might open up to her a little bit more on the way home, and he really didn't. So when he got home, I said, let's go for a walk out back in the woods. And you know, we sat down out there on the rock wall for a while, and I asked, you know, what's really going on. And he's having anxiety attacks, and it's triggered by his fear of failing math. And you know, I really had to have a conversation with him that I don't care if he fails. Everybody fails in their life, but I care if he tries. So if he comes home with an F and he didn't try, then yeah, I'll be disappointed. But if he's in his room studying 15 minutes to half an hour every night and he brings home a D, I'm not going to be mad. He tried. And you know, he's normally really good in math, and he's just at this point in fractions and decimals and stuff that he's just having a hard time grasping. And you know, and I get it. When I was in 5th grade, I had the same problems. You know, I was good in math, and then, you know, I struggled with stuff like that. But I got better at it over the years. It just took some studying and some practice. So, and then he says that he's worried about his little brother who lives 4 hours away, and he's worried that he's going to catch coronavirus. And I think we as parents, sometimes, you know, everything's going on in the world and we don't necessarily realize how scary it is for our kids. And you know, that really kind of put me down for a few minutes, because you know, I didn't realize it was bothering him that much. And you know, you don't want your kids to over worry or anything like that. And you know, I tried to reassure him that his brother will be fine. He's doing all the things that he's supposed to do, and you know, they're being safe and using hand sanitizer and wearing their masks like they're supposed to, and that, you know, kids generally, you know, don't get corona, or if they do, the symptoms are very mild. So but I just, you know, I didn't realize how much that the stress of that thought was weighing on him. And you know, it took just going out there where nobody else was around and he could just sit down and, you know, cry and you know, get everything off his chest and out. And you know, he's been struggling in school the last couple weeks. He's had a couple issues, and we've had to go to the principal's office. And you know, in general, he's a really good kid, and he just seems to kind of be acting out a little bit now. And we kind of thought that maybe it was just because he didn't really have any kids his own age to play with. But I mean, obviously there's some deeper rooted stuff going on. And you know, we feel for him, you know. And you know, I think as parents, you know, we're there to build them up and to help them along the way. And you know, some parents kind of tear their kids down, and you know, that's really a shame, because you know, you're supposed to be role models for kids, and you're their heroes. You know, so we as a parents have that responsibility to set good examples. And we're not perfect, we make mistakes, every parent does. But at the end of the day, you know, I want my children to feel like they can come to me and talk to me about stuff, and not keep stuff bottled in. And I guess that's, you know, kind of what he was doing. He didn't know how to process stuff. But I mean, he's 10, you know, what 10-year-old does know how to process stuff? So you know, I'm just saying, really should just reach out, talk to your kids, you know, ask them how their day's going, you know, ask them if they have any problems. You know, maybe they won't tell you. You know, my kids don't tell me everything, obviously, but you know, I think that quiet location, more relaxed atmosphere, it really helped him open up. Like I said, there was a lot of tears. He was, you know, really upset. And you know, like I said, it's just a scary world and time we live in right now, and you know, nobody knows what is going to happen. Hopefully things will get better, but you know, time will tell. So, but yeah, yesterday afternoon ended up being a pretty trying time. You know, I'll say tears were shed on both sides of that, but he's doing much better today. I talked to his school, and you know, told him this is what I heard from talking to him. And we have got him a counselor. I talked to the counselor last night, and he should be starting counseling next week. So and you know, I think that's important. Is some people think, you know, they don't need counseling or this and that, but sometimes having somebody on the outside to talk to is really important sometimes. You know, someone who's removed from situations and can kind of see from the outside and a different perspective. I really do think that that's important. And you know, a couple of my kids have had counseling through the years, and it's been beneficial, I believe. So, but other than that, guys, you know, sorry to have such a somber subject, but it's when I started doing these videos, you know, I told myself, you know, the good and the bad, like this is the life that we're choosing, and there's going to be struggles not just on the homestead, but you know, within the family and stuff like that. So, and that's the whole purpose, is to share the journey of life and everything that comes with it. So, and that's what we're doing. So my son will be fine. He did have a really rough day, and you know, we're taking the steps needed to make sure that he has the right help and really just learns how to cope with his own emotions and feelings. And I think that's where he struggles the most, is he just doesn't know how to get stuff out. So, but we're going to help him, and he's going to be good. So, but like I said, today I'm just going to work. I'm going to get this garden area going. I'm going to get the chicken coop, those holes filled in, just because I will sleep better. I hate weasels. I really do. So, and then hopefully tomorrow we're going to get the first fruit trees in, and we'll get some plants going, I think, by the end of the weekend. And I'd like to try to get the gates done for the pens, and we still need to get shelters built, and I'm still playing different ideas for the barn in my head. So I really want to get that going. But I know it's not going to be really easy to dig the posts and the holes for the posts, but I may come up with something different. So it's not going to be a huge barn. It just needs to be big enough to store a little grain and a couple stalls for the goats at night. I don't want to leave them out in the pen. So we do have coyotes around, so I don't think they'll try to jump the fence. And our dogs bark, or at least Willow barks a lot, so I think that helps deter things. But so other than that, that's what's going to go on today, guys, and I will show you our progress tomorrow. Like I had said yesterday, this area, we're going to put in a flower garden, and we'd like to put in a nice little path, and down in this section I want to dig it out and try to get in a pond and get a little bench out there. And Sarah really loves flowers, so we're gonna plant quite a bit of flowers. This area here, this is just all stone from the old foundation for the barn that used to be here, so we just kind of piled it up to have a little burn pile over the winter and try to burn some of the brush up. But yeah, there is quite a bit here to rake up and get rid of, and unfortunately I can't really use any of this as in the compost because it has shingles from the old barn, so we just really need to dispose of it and get it out with the trash. But we will work on that, and then whatever other projects I get going today. So I know it's kind of a different video, kind of a somber video, and I apologize for that. But like I said, when I started this, you know, I decided it was going to be the good and the bad. And you know, the Homestead challenge isn't the only thing that's a challenge. You know, parenting can be a challenge sometimes, and you know, it's tough. It's not just tough on the kids, it's tough on the parents, and you can't always let your kids see how tough that stuff is on you. So, you know, a 10-year-old boy having that kind of trouble, it just you know, breaks your heart a little bit. And you know, you want to be strong for them, but at the same time, you know, it's tough because it's breaking your heart and pulling at your heartstrings. So, but that's all that's going on, guys. So thank you for watching. Please remember about Sarah's Sundays. I'm not sure what she's going to make yet. We'll probably start filming that tonight or tomorrow so that we can get it posted early for you Sunday. So please do make sure you subscribe. And thank you guys all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.